Quando lá em 2020 a Netflix resolveu marcar a estreia de Resgate com o Chris Hemsworth para o finzinho de abril, naquele momento era só uma data qualquer. Mas o fato é que eles deram a maior sorte, porque nessa altura, quando o filme finalmente entrou na grade da Netflix, os cinemas já estavam todos fechados pela pandemia, ninguém tinha filme novo para ver e muito menos filme de ação, que é, lógico, o território da tela grande. A meu ver, também, Resgate foi a primeira vez em que a Netflix acertou com um filme de ação. A história não fugia ao padrão do gênero. O Chris Hemsworth faz o Tyler Rake, um mercenário letal, ultra preparado e super eficiente. Mas no primeiro filme ele começava afogando as mágoas dele na garrafa de tal maneira que ele não conseguia mais sair de dentro dela. Acabava sendo salvo do afogamento em álcool pela parceira dele, a Nick, que é interpretada pela Golshifteh Farahani. A Nick sabia exatamente em que ponto pegar. Dá a ele uma missão em que ele tinha que proteger uma pessoa inocente, no caso, um menino, para que aquilo de alguma forma servisse como redenção para ele. Só que o Tyler acabava o filme despencando de uma ponte, possivelmente morto ou pelo menos meio morto. Como agora Resgate 2 acaba de estrear na Netflix, a gente sabe que, sim, ele ainda estava em condições de se recuperar, embora com muita dificuldade. E agora é ele quem vai propor para Nick uma missão que foi oferecida para ele por um homem misterioso que aparece ali na cabana no meio dos Alpes em que ele está isolado. Um homem misterioso, extremamente interessante e cheio de borogodó, já que quem interpreta ele é o Idris Elba. É uma reuniãozinha ali da turma de Asgard. E essa missão, de novo, tem um aspecto muito forte de redenção para o Tyler pelos muitos pecados passados dele. Ela envolve tirar de dentro de uma prisão da Geórgia a mulher de um criminoso perigosíssimo que está preso ali e está mantendo ela dentro da prisão também, junto com os 2 filhos pequenos. O que ajudou muito a impulsionar a popularidade do primeiro Resgate era uma sequência de 11 minutos em que o diretor, o Sam Hargrave, simplesmente enlouquecia. Os 11 minutos simulavam um plano sequência, óbvio, tem cortes, mas invisíveis ali no meio, e a câmera dele fazia miséria. Agora, em 2023, porém, felizmente não tem mais pandemia, está todo mundo indo ao cinema, mais ou menos. Como fazer para que Resgate 2 se destaque? Bolando uma sequência ainda mais desatinada do que a do primeiro filme, agora com 21 minutos. Logo em seguida aqui a resenha vai estar emendada uma entrevista que eu fiz essa semana com o Chris Hemsworth e o Sam Hargrave, que estavam em São Paulo para um evento da Netflix, e eles vão explicar um pouquinho como é bolar uma coisa como essa. E esse, claro, é o trunfo que tanto o Resgate quanto o Resgate 2 têm a oferecer. A ação ultra estilizada, o estilo mais ou menos de John Wick, só que ainda mais frenética e bem mais brutal. Embora o filme seja um passatempo só mesmo, tem uma coisa nele que eu respeito muito. Primeiro, essa dedicação em fazer ação de verdade com efeito prático. Segundo, embora esse aqui, por questões de total instabilidade política e falta de segurança, não tenha sido filmado na Geórgia, como o primeiro foi de fato filmado na Índia e em Bangladesh, todos os atores que interpretam personagens georgianos no filme são georgianos falando em georgiano. Enfim, é só ação, mas é ação muito competente. E tem a pontinha do Idris Elba, que talvez venha virar alguma coisa maior em um possível Resgate 3, e tem o Chris Hemsworth, de quem eu preciso dizer, usando de absoluta objetividade e com maior respeito, olhar para ele de perto até ofusca. E é isso, pessoal, segue a entrevista.
Thanks for having us.
Not that you have much of a choice, but...
Hey, at least telling the truth up here.
We did. We wanted to be here.
Okay, hello guys. I have to tell you, you are both great, but you have a hell of a pro holding that camera. Don't you?
However, what?
A pro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Is that you?
Is it me holding the camera?
Yes.
For many of the pieces in the oneer, in that long 21-minute sequence, yes. Like, for example, standing up on top of the speeding train when Chris Hemsworth, no stunt double, no CG, is at the front of the train with a helicopter 20 feet away. I'm right behind him, sometimes in front of him, depending on the moment in time, but I'm right there with him holding the camera in that moment. Yeah.
I'm in awe.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Really.
Thank you.
Now, blocking must have been insane.
It was.
And I'd like to know, what is it about staging mayhem? Because this is utter mayhem. You, what is it about it? Is it a lot of fun, or is it just painful doing that? From your point of view too, Chris.
Yeah. I think both. It's equally as intimidating and exhausting as it is rewarding and exhilarating. There's an authenticity to actually going that deep and immersive in the process, and the exhaustion and the pain, the suffering and the sweat you see on screen is real. But it resonates with an audience on a very deep level. You know, there's a intuitive reaction immediately, because you know it's not done on a green screen. You know, 95% of what you see is captured on the day, on screen, within the camera. And so I've got to say I love it, because I think the end result is worth it. The adversity and challenge that comes beforehand, the payoff is far greater.
How long did you have to rehearse that whole sequence? I know there are cuts there. They are seamless, by the way, but I think I managed to find a couple.
Sure,
We'll talk afterwards.
Well
I'd love to see.
Nine.
I'd love
I
to-
thought
You
I
found
saw 9.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
You were there.
I'm not at
Not
liberty to say. I can neither confirm nor deny those 9 cuts.
There's some tight whips there that I thought they may be cuts, but
We should sit down after. I'd love to see where you think they are, because part of what we tried to do with the camera in the sequence is make it dynamic, so that the confusion was, where did they cut? Was that a cut? Was it in camera? So you're trying to keep people guessing. It's like the magic trick. Like, look over here while we do something over here.
There were probably 5-6 months of collaboration for Sam and creating those sequences and working with the stunt team. Then I came in for a couple of months and rehearsed, and then throughout the 4-month shoot we had continually updating. You know, and we'd be shooting one scene, and then in our lunch break rehearsing the next day, or that evening rehearsing, or on the weekends. And yeah, we're pretty much in it from start to finish. But again, you want to be able to get onto set and not be thinking about it. It has to be intuitive and instinctual at that point. If you walk into a stunt scene of any depth, you know, and you're thinking about the steps and ever remind yourself, that hesitation and apprehension and so on is when there's complications, and I find injuries. If it's totally beyond thought at that point and it's in your body, then the magic happens. And also then the improvisation in moments where it goes wrong can happen too. You're incredibly immersed. It's like playing a football match. You know, you don't want to get out there and in the middle of the game trying to figure out how to kick the ball. The work has to be done prior to that moment, and then let it go.
It's really interesting you say that, because I was going to ask you really, as an actor, what kind of payoff, emotional payoff, do you get from playing a character who is so defined by what he does that he's become what he does? Everything about him is movement and action and reaction, and that's a different approach to character development, and it's satisfying.
Yeah, I think both inform one another. You know, the physicality informs the emotion informs the physicality, and for us that was the most important thing. I think we knew the action, we could do that. What we wanted to give the audiences was something that emotionally resonated deeper, and he's not just there as a killing machine and, you know, walking through it without any great effect. It is there because it's driven by his own past, it's driven by the present, it's driven by the people around him, the vulnerable individuals that need to be taken care of. And so to have a stronger emotional component than we did in the first one, I think is what was the most effective thing about the film, but for myself, the most enjoyable. You know, to be having to bury that pain, the suffering, the self-loathing, the self-hatred that he had beneath the surface due to his own actions, that resonates through the action. You know, I think he walks into these situations almost with a suicidal approach, you know, that there is very little regard for his own safety based on he believes he probably deserves to be at the end of the bullet. And, but that makes for a very dangerous individual. And I believe to be able to explore and then tie up and close the door on some of that past and have him, you know, be forgiven by someone else, but also possibly forgive himself, I found was really satisfying, and I think that's what audiences have responded to.
One interesting thing. Okay, just last one. You're going to be working with Idris again, aren't you, both?
Well, hopefully. I mean, we set that character up at the end of the second movie, and if the audiences respond as positively to this film as they did the second one, then who knows where it's going to go. It would be an honor.
Good.
Yeah.
It's going to be Asgard all over again.
Well, that's really be different. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
E foi isso, pessoal. O Sam Hargrave e o Chris Hemsworth contando um pouquinho sobre o trabalho deles para vocês. Se você gostou desse vídeo, não se esqueça de curtir, inscreva-se no canal e clique no sininho. E a gente se vê no próximo vídeo.